Alrighty, we are live on Instagram and Facebook. So good, and we are in the right channels, and energies feel so much better today. I hope you do too. Well, maybe you're not feeling a bit of a roller coaster, but I have had a bit of a roller coaster, which is so good in a way, because it just goes to show everything that I teach and talk about is stuff that I actually legit, is like in my life and in my clients and in my community and my friends and all that sort of stuff. So it's like the realest way of creating content, which actually we're going to talk a little bit about that, because after a couple of days of talking about, not being so hard on yourself and, forgiving and just clearing that space, because as my little post said, to receive like an abundance queen, you have to be willing to forgive and turn anger into the energy of healing and love. Okay. Now, so we've had a couple of days of woozies, get, connected to the emotions and learn how to make peace with them. And now we're going to bring a little bit of boom back into the game, because something that's really on my mind, in a way that obviously what's happening in my business, expanding and creating, we're scaling right now, so many amazing things are happening. Oh, she's got a nice bikini on. Oh, hello color. Yep, that. And hang on, I wasn't sharing that into the group. And the other thing is really focus on transformation and results and getting my clients results. Okay. Whether they are in Money Queen, whether, they work with me privately. Hang on one second. Let me just do that so I can concentrate. Whether they work with me privately, whether they are in Money Queen or whatever capacity. At the end of the day, listen, the results are the things that matter. And listen, I also get, listen. It's like, listen. Listen. That's, what that song is, isn't it? Listen to the voice here in my heart. Yep. A melody from Beyonce. Yeah, anyhow, let's not get carried away, girl. Let me just share this into the other group, and then I'll tell you why, because everything kind of makes a little sense here. But listen, it is legit about getting results and the transformation. And I get at the same time that it is about, the journey and the process. 100% fall in love with the process. That was my reminder to stop stressing about when and how, but just connect back into just have fun with what you're doing. And then I'm like, oh my God, there are so many amazing things happening, but I clearly needed to release a little bit more control and surrender more control and, have this itchy ear thing and the perineeds because I'm rising and, so it's all good. It's all good, right? So I get it's all about the process. I get it's about falling in love. I just got to be mindful because I'm catching up with one of my soul sisters. I'm just keeping an eye on time in case she rings me. I get it's about the process and having fun with that and just surrendering, knowing that you always get what you're available for, right? You always get what you're available for. And so you're going to keep raising that standard, absolutely, and fall in love with the process and, do the do and all of that, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to get into that, because the other thing I really want to talk about today, though, is if you want to create results, all right, especially in the online space, aka you have a business, you offer a service, you offer a solution to your soulmate queenhood, aka your soulmate clients, right? Well, that alone is not going to be enough, right? Because so many people have a website, have a site, a page, a group, whatever, do a post, and then they're like, open for business. And it doesn't happen like that, right? So the biggest thing I want to talk about real briefly, just to get you to think about, is what's your unicorn factor? I said the unicorn factor this morning. I literally did a training for my German queens at 5:30 this morning. Hashtag That's committed, right? Obviously they get to see this face without any makeup, because I'm like, sorry guys, I'm not putting any makeup on for like a team training at 5:30 in the morning. So you get to see this all natural. But I did talk about a bit of a strategy with them to help them to position themselves to actually call in their soulmate queens, right? Obviously for their businesses. And I just said, like, at the end of the day, what's your unicorn factor? How are you going to stand out from the crowd? What makes you different? What makes you you? And I know it is you, obviously, your energy, and we all have different skills and talents and abilities, and the way that we speak and our language and our tonality and the way that we serve and our experiences and our wisdom and our knowledge. But is that, like, are you sharing that online? You know, like, are your... You know, like, I guess, is your branding on point to the point? Is your branding on point to the point that, right, when people click on your, you know, either Facebook, a group, or Instagram, your socials, right? They don't know what it is that you stand for. Like, everybody knows I'm the queen, and I always talk about no fuck given. I remember, like, I had this lady come up to me, or a few ladies actually, a few years ago, saying at a massive conference, like, oh my God, you're the no fuck given queen, or the badass boss queen, you know? So yes, there is an association with the queen, the money queen, you know, it's all about energy. Success is about who you are, not what you do. And definitely, certainly no fucks given, like being a rebel and a rule break and a bit of a badass. But now really I'm like I'm the love child between badassery and spirituality, right? It is about blending them both together. And that's what I stand for. It is actually the alchemy of the abundance queen energy. That is both. Okay. Now that's my thing. What about you? What's your unicorn factor? What makes you you? And then also, are you standing out from the crowd? Like, are you letting people in on who you are? Right? Like, I certainly have had a beautiful journey this year, blending in that, you know, the spirituality, and working even more on being authentic, and showing even more up, and, you know, more in terms of like more in the quantity, but also in the quality. Okay. And literally I've had a bunch of people tell me how they've watched my journey. They've watched me really step into even more authenticity, you know, more vibrancy. And, you know, obviously the business has grown in accordance to that, of course, but it is because, you know, it is about identifying what makes you unique, your unicorn factor, right? You got to show up in a way these days that is going to stand out from the crowd. Don't be beige. Don't be vanilla, even though vanilla ice cream is not a bad flavor, right? Even though I prefer cookies and cream. But are you connecting in a way that makes you stand out? So a very big thing these days online is about the connection, you know, the community, your own certainty, right? That presence, and creating content that people can relate to. Not this whole surface, whatever, you know, it's just, so bland. Like, I literally said to some of my clients, like, can you stop posting this most basic shit? Like, it's just basic. Seriously, I'm not saying everything has to be like exquisite and deep and oh my God, like, of course, share your everyday life. But I can see what some of my clients are doing. They're like, oh, if I just, you know, post a picture because, oh, we are now in autumn. Well, in Germany they are. So here's a picture of autumn. And what do you think? And I'm like, really? What about you though? How does it make, like, if I was to see my client go, and like, I'm having no digs on my clients because that's why obviously they work with me. But like, if they were to add a little bit about what does autumn do for them, or is it a great time of the year, or a reflective time of the year, or is it getting them propelled to think about October, hello, right? We are 69 days to the end of the year, and then kind of giving me a little bit of something. Now that's the unicorn factor. But just posting, oh look, it's Halloween next week, I don't know, or oh, it's the beginning of autumn, how do you feel about it? Well, if you're not even telling me how you feel about it, why am I supposed to fucking tell you how I feel about it? Okay? So that's just an example, okay? Just an example. And I just find so many people are staying surface. And in a world now where obviously social media, right, is used to make money, that's why it's called a smartphone, right? It does not mean that you just get to kind of swim with the crowd. Like, no, don't blend in. You got to be a tiger amongst the sheep, right? It's about really identifying your unicorn factor, and it's about standing out from the crowd. Because I believe if you do that in a way that's absolutely authentic to you, in alignment, and always coming from a place of abundance, which is, by the way, the name for my podcast, The Rising Queen, How to Live a Life in Authenticity, Alignment, and Abundance. And you do that, and you define your own unicorn factor, and you show up, right, being the fullest expression. You speak your truth, and you sell from a space of it feeling super freaking delicious and yummy and sacred. I'm telling you, you're literally going to shine your way to 10K months and more, because you then become the lighthouse that calls in your right people, because it's an energy exchange of you being in alignment, speaking your truth, doing it in a way that feels freaking amazing and yummy. And that, to me, is the key to success. And that's why, that's why I am going to go all out. One more challenge this year, literally called Speak, Sell, Shine Your Way to 10K and more months, right? To 10K plus months, right? Speak, sell, shine. So if you want to know what's the success formula, so-called formula, there is no one formula fits all. But if you want to pick up on, right, what's your unicorn factor? How can you get in the way of like speaking your truth, sharing your soul's voice, showing up to the fullest expression, and sell with such ease that your soulmate queens are naturally attracted to you, and you make 10K months like it's as easy as 1, 2, 3, like easy breezy cover girl, and you want to be absolutely, do not miss out on that challenge. You want to be part of my group. So all you're going to do is head over to my group. If you're not already there, right, click on the links, The Rising Queen Collective. It's all about money mindset, magic manifestation with a sprinkle of the soul-led strategy to allow you to create a 6-figure and 7-figure online business, of course, right? So come on over. Come on over. Christina Aguilera's in the house. So come on over. I'm sorry, I'm just being mindful because my girlfriend's about to arrive any minute. And I feel like that's pretty much everything I wanted to say for today anyway. I'm so grateful to be back in the flow of things. Yesterday was a bit more whoopsie daisies on emotions on my Facebook Live, but still keeping it real, being authentic. So you get to see all side of me, because it is so important. It is so important. That's my unicorn factor. Authenticity, keeping it real, including my dorkiness, because I'm embracing all of me. That's right. So over to you. What are your thoughts on that? Do you have any questions? And if you would like to discuss that or chat about it more, then of course come over into the Rising Queen group or comment on here. Let's have conversation going. Hashtag if you're digging this, hashtag let me know. Share this video if there's some value obviously in there, or if you want to share the fact that there is an epic challenge coming with your soul queen besties, then share that video by all means. I'd love it. I love any support that I can get to get my message out there and to help as many queens as possible who are ready to absolutely own their business and their life and create success on their own terms. So remember, in order to manifest the magic, you've got to become the magic yourself first. But the good news is permission to be, do, and have it all on your own terms has been already granted. Oh, you get a little bit of